Um, Okay, so I think we're live streaming on YouTube. Let me just make sure. And then if you're new here, I'm a mompreneur. M. Simone. My son Houston is in the background. You can always hear him. You will probably never see him on camera, but he is always in the background. I like to make sure that moms, entrepreneurs, anybody that has children understands that you can create the life of your dreams with a child. My son does not stop anything. Like I said, if I step away to go do something, it'll be very quick. But I pride myself in being able to show you guys that whatever you desire is realistic and is possible for you. If you're a mom, if you have little ones, you want to run a business, you want to be a 9-figure entrepreneur, all of these things are possible. Okay. Um, she's gone, love. My mom is also here, so she may be in the background as well. Okay, so source of supply. Okay, so Alicia found me on TikTok. I know I posted this on TikTok, YouTube, I think Instagram. So just let me know where you guys are calling in from. We're going to be together for 2 hours. This is going to be a very jam-packed. Okay, TikTok. That's what I thought. TikTok is typically the platform that I see a lot of the engagement on. But we're going to be together for 2 hours. In the next 2 hours, I'm going to help you do 3 things. I'm going to help you realize your oneness with God. This event, Source of Supply, is not happenstance. It's not coincidence. This event was curated by God through me for you. So I'm going to help you realize your oneness with God, right? And then I'm going to help you unlock the everlasting riches that are promised to you, right? If you are somebody who is, a believer of God, or you've been in this space, you're religious, or you have some type of spiritual undertones, you may know that God promised you an inheritance. You were promised the kingdom of God while you are here on earth. So my job is to help you unlock that. And then lastly, to help you manifest your own heaven on earth. I don't know what it is that you want. I don't know what it is that you want to accomplish, who you want to be, but I know that I can help you get there. The process is the same for everyone, no matter what it is that you desire. God is impersonal. He does not answer one prayer and not somebody else's. He answers every single prayer. So it does not matter what you want. You can create it in your physical world. Okay. If you guys have any questions throughout the event, please write them down. We will have a Q&A session probably around 11:30 Central. So if you have questions, write them down, put them in the chat. There are times where I look at the chat, so I will be able to answer any questions that you have, but I do like to keep them for the Q&A session. And then we'll have our lesson, we'll have a Q&A session, and then we'll have a time for you guys to make a decision. This is not an event where I'm going to give you a whole lot of knowledge, and I'm not going to give you an option or an opportunity to act on the knowledge that you just got, right? You will have a knowledge or an opportunity to actually do what it is you say you want to do. If you told God that this is the year that you want to increase your income, you want to create better relationships, you want to increase your health, you want to, have your mental health together, you want to grow a business, you want to get a new job, be in a new career, right? You're going to have to make a decision to make that shit happen. It's not going to just fall into your lap. You have to make the decision. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to do that at the end of this call. Okay. Outside of that, I am excited. I'm so grateful for all of you. I know this is going to be very transformational. I know it's going to be everything that you've been asking for. Like I said, all of the content that I post, I don't reach out to people anymore. And if you are somebody that's in business, if you are an entrepreneur, I don't reach out to people anymore about my events. I post. I let God speak through me, and whoever is called signs up, right? So everybody that is here felt something from something that I said on or in my content and made a decision to enroll or to register for this event. Okay. So like I said, we're on YouTube. Let me just make sure. I mean, I'm already talking at this point. Okay, so we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok, everything is good. So again, my name is M. Simone. I am a steward of God's work. I teach you how to realize your oneness with God, unlock the everlasting riches that He has promised to you, and I help you manifest your own heaven on earth, right? So source of supply. A lot of you found me from TikTok. Okay. So I know all of us were together in the TikTok atmosphere this week. I know things were tight. It was a little bit of tension. Some of us were frightened. Some of us were shook, with the ban. And it really, God told me literally after the day after, I guess we got TikTok back, to create this event. because there are a lot of people who were frantic, a lot of people who felt like, I don't know where I'm going to get my income from. I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. I don't know how this is going to happen, right? The source that I had, right? The source of my supply is now cut off, right? And it is just a beautiful opportunity for us to, at this moment, realize that God is the source of all. I don't care what it is you have. I don't care what it is you want. God is your source of supply. So this event, Source of Supply, is for you to realize that God is your all sufficient source of supply. It doesn't matter if you think you get your money from a job, you get it from a business, you get it from child support, alimony, you get it from stocks. It does not matter. All of it comes from one source, and that source is God. Okay. So for me, this has been a very 2024 was the year for me. I speak about being the chosen one, and I talk about that wording in my content now because I want you guys to, for people that feel that they are chosen or people that feel like God has a special calling for their life, I want you guys to understand that everything that you desire is possible. Everything that you've gone through is preparation. 2024, God stripped me of everything that I had. Everything, the relationship. I had to sell my car. I moved back in with my parents. I at one point have $12.61 in my account to move forward in life, right? So God took me through this process of transformation, of reminding me that the sources that I thought my good was coming from, that all comes from God. It's not your job, it ain't the business, it's none of that, right? But God has to strip you of everything that you believe has power to show you that. So this event is for you guys for the chosen ones and the ones who feel called to know the next 6 weeks, 6 months to a year, the rest of your life, you are going to be undergoing a transformation, a metamorphosis, right? I know you guys are familiar with caterpillars, and I know you're familiar with butterflies. If you are not aware, though, butterflies were once caterpillars. That's actually how they become butterflies. They start as caterpillars. So right now, a lot of you are at the caterpillar stage. You know where you are, but you know there's more for you. You're like, dude, it's people flying. It's butterflies out here, beautiful wings, just free, going where they want to go. That possibility has to be that has to be a possibility for me. Right. So that feeling, anything that called you to this event, that possibility of you being a butterfly is what drew you to this event. Right. But there is a process. There's a process you're going to go through from being a caterpillar to becoming a butterfly. Right. And that transformational process that however long it takes for you to actually become the version of you that would have this life that you're going to ask God for. Right. My job is to guide you and is to lead you through that journey. I just went through it. It hurt. It hurt. You think rock bottom? I was under the bottom. Okay. The rocks were on top of me. I'm like, God, I don't have any more to give. Like, what else do you want? Like, I have no more. Like, what else do you want from me? Right. But even in those moments, right, or even in the times where I felt like there has to be a silver lining, right? The feeling and that little inkling of this is all for the greater purpose. This is all for you to help serve more. This is all for you to be the woman that you show up as, to actually be her in the flesh and to teach people how to do that as well. Okay. So source of supply. I did an event last week or the week before last, actually, and it was a great event. I was so happy with it. Lots of feedback, lots of communication, and I was on TikTok streaming. And someone said, I was talking about I wasn't talking about the law of infinite supply, but in a sense, I was talking about the law of infinite supply. So I was speaking of the ocean, right? How the ocean is infinite. There is no stop to the ocean. It goes on forever, right? It doesn't matter how many cups we try to take out of the ocean, there will be an infinite amount of cups left for everybody else. So I was basically giving the idea of you cannot take from anybody else. There is an inheritance with Jennifer's name on it, Empress's name on it. Is it Kiera?
Yes.
Kiera's name on it, Alicia's name on it, Callie's name on it, Caleb's girlfriend. I don't know what your actual name is, but that's your ad, right? There is an inheritance for you guys specifically. Nobody can take this inheritance. The source of supply for your desires is yours and yours only. God has enough, more than enough. Again, we're talking about God. We're talking about the source of all. There is more than enough, an infinite supply for anything that you could ever desire. Okay. Now, if you're feeling like, I don't believe that, that's what this girl decided to tell me on my live. She was like, that's not how the economy works. And I said, this is not the event for that. Like, this is an event specifically for this. But if you want to hop on live with me at 7 and talk about your belief system, we can do that. Right. But I brought that up to let you guys know that whatever you believe to be true will be your truth. Whatever you believe to be true will be your truth. If you believe it's going to take you 5 years to get your business off the ground and running, that's what it's going to take. If you believe you have to work, certain levels and you have to go step by step by step by step by step to get to the top, that's what it's going to be for you. If you feel like the economy is limited, there's not money circulating, you never have enough. If these are the beliefs that you are operating with, that is what you're going to produce. So I like to give the example because it makes people uncomfortable. But that's what my job is, right? Jeff Bezos, right? Billionaires. We the internet has a interesting philosophy around billionaires, and I don't tell people what to believe. I'm not going to tell you what to believe in this event. I'm just going to inspire you to create new beliefs, right? The way that the source of supply works, if you think about the source of supply, if you think about Jeff Bezos, or if you think about Amazon, Jeff Bezos is worth, let's just say $200 billion. That is, we could say infinite. That is a lot of money, okay? And where the confusion comes in at is we believe, or the internet believes, that he shouldn't have that amount. That he didn't earn that he's exploiting people to get it, or whatever the dialogue is around that. But if you really sit back and you come from God's perspective, right? You get out of the human mind, you get out of the fact that you don't have any money in your bank account and you mad because Jeff Bezos has more than he could ever spend. If you get out of the human mind and you come from God's perspective, Jeff Bezos created Amazon. I don't know if y'all use Amazon, but you do. I got on Amazon's website. I scrolled, I typed in Zeba Foods for my for my trail mix. I placed my order and it came to me within 2-3 days. There was somebody that had to set that site up, program everything that's in there, somebody that has to pick it up off the shelf, somebody has to give it to the driver has to drive it to you, it got to get to the post office. Do you see how much service Jeff Bezos provides with me just ordering one item? And that's just one item. So I want you guys, and again, I don't tell you what to believe, but if you are somebody who aspires to have wealth, if you are someone who aspires to be a millionaire, someone who aspires to be a billionaire, I want you to know that it is God wanting it through you, one, but that the amount of wealth that you are going to accumulate is based on the service you provide. If you provide Amazon-like service, Google-like service, Facebook-like service, Walmart-like service, if you provide these services, you are compensated generously for it. So I want you guys to start to reframe how you see money. Money is just an exchange for service provided. God has you here for a purpose. Your purpose is to serve. How you serve is up to you. My passion is speaking. My passion is teaching. My passion is leading you to the promised land. That's the service that I provide. And I would do it for free. I've been doing this consistently, just all full entrepreneurship for 12 months. I would do it for nothing. I would do this for the rest of my life for free. So when it comes to unlocking, what it is, how you want to serve, or how you can unlock the wealth or the everlasting riches, how do you want to serve? What are you passionate about? What is your purpose? I know, some people are unsure of their purpose, or they don't feel like they have a purpose, or they're not clear on it. The more that you realize your oneness, the more that you sit with God, the more that you take awareness walks, no music, no noise, outside, God speaks to and through you all the time. So many of us are so busy listening to outside chatter, all these other things, that we can't hear him. He's always speaking to you. He is always speaking to you. He's been speaking to you since you were conceived. That first day when you got to class and you were talking, trying to tell people all the goodness of God, and they told you, time out, God was speaking to you. From the time you went to daycare to 11th grade, I'm talking to you, M. Simone, and you were speaking and talking. God was speaking and talking through you, right? So when it comes to understanding how you can tap into your source of supply or how you can tap into the everlasting riches, what is your purpose? What are you passionate about? If money was not a factor, what would you be doing? A lot of us do things based on money. You go to a job based on money. You go to university for money. I got a 4-year degree in 3 years for money. Do you think I really want to just have a 4-year degree calculating numbers for just fun? No. I went to school. I got a degree because that's what I was programmed to believe. I was programmed to believe that you go to university, you get a job, you stay there for 40 years, you get your little pension, your retirement, and then you die. Ooh, do that sound like God's child? I don't. I feel like God gave me this once in a life opportunity to be here, and I'm working at a job I don't like, sitting in traffic. Then I gotta come home, make meals, feed kids, try to spend some time with myself, maybe put a little bit of God into my day. That does not sound like everlasting riches. That does not sound like heaven on earth. That sounds like the programming that we have been given to keep us in alignment with making, wait, let me back up. To keep us in alignment, right, with the belief that everything that we need is outside of us. Let me be the one to tell you. Everything that you need, what did he say? The kingdom of God is what? Did he say, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you? I think that's what the scripture says. Seek ye first the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is within, and his righteousness, right? What is righteousness? Right? What does that mean, righteousness, right? If you want to, a word that you can use to replace that or to use in accordance with that is right-mindedness. Okay. There is a mindset, there is a consciousness, there is a Christ way of thinking, feeling, acting, and being. And that is what I want you guys to tap into. So when I say realize your oneness, that is what I want you to tap into. I want you to tap into, I and my Father are one. We can never be separated. The kingdom of God is within me. Right? If I seek the kingdom of God first and the mindset, the consciousness of Christ first, then the things will be added. What did M. Simone do? What do most of us do? We want to seek the things first. We want to get the things. No. The things come from the Spirit. The Spirit, the source of supply, gives all things. But if you're seeking things and not the Spirit behind them, what's going to happen? Let's say your company reorganizes, you get laid off. Now you have no job. Now you feel like your security is gone out the window. You don't know what you're going to do. Just like TikTok, right? You have people who, have businesses and they get on these events like I'm doing. Get on this event, they don't make a sale, they quit. They give up. Oh, well, it's not for me. I don't know what I'm going to do. Let me try another avenue. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me find your mind is divided, right? God says you cannot serve God and mammon. You cannot serve God and man. You cannot serve God and stuff. But if you serve God first, if you put God at the forefront, all of the stuff will come. It's the law. When I say the law, we have the law of gravity. We have the law of electricity. This light back here, if I turn it off, the light that's in this room will shut off. If I turn it back on, it'll illuminate. I don't have to understand the law of electricity. I don't understand it. I have no idea how that happens. I don't have to, though. I just need to know how to use it, right? When I talk about the law of gravity, we know if we drop something, it's going to go down. It's going to be grounded every single time. It don't matter how many times I drop this pen, it is always going to be grounded. I don't understand the law of gravity, but I use it every day unconsciously. So what I want you guys to start to understand is there's the law of infinite supply, the law of compensation, the law of consciousness. There's all of these laws, God's laws, natural laws that we live by. Hello, Tassel 15. How are you, love? Tassel 15 makes some beautiful, beautiful jewelry, handmade. If you have not seen it, please follow her on TikTok. And of course, I lost my train of thought saying that. Source of supply, infinite riches. I'll be losing it. I'll be losing my train of thought. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, the laws. Thank you, Kiera. Yeah. So, you have these laws, God's laws, natural laws that govern our being, right? And you can either get in harmony with the laws, go with the flow of life, be one with God, or you can go against the laws. You can be one with man, right? What did they say? The wisdom of man is foolishness with God. You're going to have to pick one. You can't do both, baby. I tried it. I did. I tried it. For 27 years, I tried to do both. I tried to worship my stuff. Let me back up. For a good bit, I was worshiping stuff. Where was God even at? Oh, Lord. Don't strike me down for saying that. There was a time period in my life where stuff was so important. That degree that I told you about, oh, that was so monumental. Bought a house at 22. Oh, I was that girl. Had my first job, had my first big girl job, making 51,000. Then I did the 100. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing. And God said, I feel like my child I think she forgets. I think she forgot. I think she forgot where all of this came from. I think she forgot where her source of supply was. So this event, right, that you guys are on is for you to remember that the stuff that you have, all of the things that are around you, are a manifestation of God's oneness with you. Everything that you have is a manifestation of an idea. So what I do is I help you unlock the ideas you have right now, because the ideas you have right now are not serving you. If you believe you got to work to or go to a job to make money, that's not serving you. If you want to be an entrepreneur, right? If you believe that all men are dogs, that's not serving you if you're looking for your husband. If you believe that it's hard to work out, or working out is not fun, if these are the beliefs and the ideas you're coming from, right, those are not going to serve you to get where you want to go. So it's not about the actions first. A lot of people like to take action. I'm going to ask you guys to take action at the end, but I want to make you aware first. I don't want you just taking action with the same beliefs and ideas you've always had. Because if you continue to come from the same mindset, if you continue to come from the same beliefs, you're going to have the same results. Case in point. Some of you want to have better health, right? You want to be more physically fit. You want to love working out. You want to enjoy it. You want to live. You want to preserve the vessel that God gave you. You want to live a long and healthy life, right? So what are you going to do? You're going to start working out. You're going to change your diet. You're going to buy you some workout clothes, real cute. I don't mind. I like circulating money. We'll talk about it. Let's circulate it. But you're going to buy the clothes. You're going to, write out, I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week. I'm going to work out. Perfect. I love that. The issue, though, is that you're trying to change your actions, but you're still coming from, I don't like working out. Working out is hard. Nobody in my family is fit. We all eat terribly, right? We all have that, whatever it is. You're still coming from that belief, that consciousness, that idea, but you're trying to change your actions. And you can for a little bit. You can absolutely change the action. But what's going to happen is that pattern of who you've always been is going to resurface. You must eradicate it totally. You cannot create the life of your dreams being the same person you've always been. Let me be your advocate. Let me be the one to tell you. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You are going to have to renew your beliefs. And that's going to start with you realizing your oneness with God. If you don't know that you're one with the source of all, it's going to be really difficult to make shit happen. I want to be a billionaire. Do y'all understand that? I want to serve billions of people every single day. And let me tell you what that means for me, because everybody has their belief and everybody has their meaning. If you believe that being a billionaire means you got to exploit people, you go with that. I'm not here to tell you that that's true or false. That's your belief. I'm gonna let you have it. I believe that being a billionaire means I serve billions of people every single day. Every single day, Amazon, billions of people every single day are served by Amazon. I know y'all was on Amazon this morning. If you wasn't, you're gonna be on there after this event tonight, tomorrow. Amazon provides billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars of service every single day. I want to do the same, but I'm not selling products. I'm not selling products. I'm selling you on you. I'm selling you on the promise that God literally created you with. You are one with the source of supply. And there is a way for you to tap into it. There is a way for you to get from point A to point B. I think last week's or the event before this was GPS. right? And GPS, your GPS is your God-given purpose of service. When you were created, when you were conceived, God programmed your GPS, your God-given purpose of service. He programmed it to take you to the life of your dreams. God also gave you free will to choose. He programmed it to the life of your dreams, but you choose what the life of your dreams is. God doesn't choose that. God says yes. You say, this is the life of my dreams. God says yes. You say, I don't have enough money to pay my bills. God says yes. You say, God, I want to live in this $4 million mansion. God says yes. Whatever you ask for is what you receive, but we ask for less than what we really want. You don't really want a Camry. You don't really want a Toyota Camry. You really want a Maserati. You don't really want, was it beef roast? You want a filet mignon. You want more people in your business. You want to serve more people, right? But if you ask for less than what you truly desire, God's going to give that to you. God's not up there like, you know what? I don't know, Kiera, 4 million, that's, yeesh, man, that's a little tight for me. I don't know if I can pull. Are we talking about the big God or the little one? Because you're the little God. You're the little one. We're talking about the big God. This man knows no limits. There's no bounds. There's no, oh, that's too much. You give God the form, he pours the substance. Y'all know when you go to like the, I haven't been in a while, but I'm assuming they still have them. When you go to like the buffets, the Asian buffets, and they have like the soft serve machine, like the ice cream, right? They pour some type of liquid into this machine, right? The liquid has no form. It's just milk, let's say. And they pour it into this machine, into this mold, into this form. They then turn it on and it comes out as soft serve ice cream, right? The form, that machine, you are the machine. You are the vessel. That milk that's poured in, that is God's everlasting substance. But you choose what comes out the other end. If you are a chocolate ice cream maker, if he pours that substance in, you're going to get chocolate ice cream. If you a mint chocolate girly, I don't understand y'all, but if that's who you are, when he pours that substance in, that's what's going to come out. So it's not about the substance. The substance is everlasting. It's ever flowing. It is constantly increasing. It's about the vessel through which you give God to give you that substance. If you ask him for an apartment, he's going to give it to you. If you ask him for that house on the hills, he's going to give it to you. Right? But I want you to know that money is in exchange for service provided. So if you're looking to the source, God is the source of supply. You are realizing your oneness through this event. I am one with God. I and my Father are one. This is repeated to us. I and my Father are one. You cannot be separated from God. Just like the sun cannot be separated from the sunbeam, you cannot be separated from your source. I don't care who told you otherwise. Don't listen to them. Do they have the life you want to have? Are they living the life you want to live? Do they speak to you and it resonates? Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. They let them come to God at their own pace. You already here. Don't look back. Okay? A lot of us have we have a tendency to look outside of ourselves. And that's why the first step in this process is to realize it's all within you. You are the source. God is within you. You and God are soulmates. Y'all cannot be separated. Soulmates. You've been looking for your soulmate. You've had it. You've had your soulmate this whole time. And when you're able to come from a place of wholeness, of oneness, oh, baby, you think you're going to attract some outside soulmates, baby. You'll have a plethora, a line of them lined up, waiting for you because you're detached, right? You're not attached to one person or the feeling that they bring you because you have it all within you. God has already given it to you. So if you come to somebody whole in a detached state, oh, they're going to be chasing you, baby. Because you want them, but you don't need them. When you need something, ooh, that attachment. And that's where money gets tricky. That's why the source of supply is so important, because we're so attached to money. So attached to it. I need it. I have to pay my bills. Do you think God knows what bills you got? I think they said Your Father knows what needs you have before you ask. I think that's what it says. God knows what you need. God sees all. God knew it before you knew it. He knew 30 years ago that you was going to need this today. Right? But again, we're so caught up in what we see on the outside and what the outside world is telling us. We've been programmed to live by our senses, hearing, what is it, sight, sound, taste, touch, and hearing. Your parents tell you, you can't do that. Go to college. Your mama ain't never came from money. Your grandma ain't got no money. Your family ain't, all of this. Right? And that's all you hear constantly, 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 constantly. But God is still in you seeking expression. So you just so happen to hop on TikTok. You just so happen to see my video. You just so happen to be here, right? You are one with the source of supply. God is the source of the money, the riches, the fame, the health, the relationships, the children, the food, the enjoyment, the travel, the air, God is in all and everything. And that God that's in all and within all is within you. So you are walking around right now with the keys. You have the keys. But again, you have to realize the oneness first and then unlock. You got to use the key, but you have the key, but you don't even know you got it. How can you escape a prison if you don't know you're in one? If this is your first time on an event with me, this is my favorite quote of all times. It's probably top 2, if it ain't number 1. You cannot escape from a prison if you do not know you are in one. How are you going to get out of something if you are unaware that you are in said something? How are you going to get out of something if you don't know you're in the something? Okay? So I want you guys to understand everything you need is within you right now. It's locked up based on 20, 30, 40 years of programming. As soon as you got here, as soon as you were conceived, you were being programmed. 50% of mom, 50% of dad came together to create you. As soon as you got out, the environment that you were in, your environment is more important than your heredity. If I took my child, my son Houston, as soon as he was born, and we moved to Beijing, China, this baby would grow up learning Mandarin with no effort. Just, he speaks Mandarin. Now his mama struggling, but he speaks Mandarin. He just speaks that because he is surrounded by that language. He is engulfed with people who believe that this is the language they speak. Same thing. Mom in China brings her baby here to America and has no knowledge of the Chinese culture or the language. That baby will grow up speaking English with no knowledge of the Mandarin language. So it's not necessarily about who you came from. That's a piece of it. But it's more about the environment that you grew up in, the things that you heard. My son, he is programmed, baby. I be programming this baby. I've been programming him since he got here. I tell him he's the sweetest baby ever. He's so good. He's so happy. He's so healthy. We listen to our positive affirmations, baby. I got him on my playlist. I be jamming. And it reflects. People come, oh, he's such a good baby. I know. What you thought it was, baby? Who you thought this is Simone, baby? This ain't no regular baby, right? But I understand how impressionable he is, right? When we're babies, sponges, we have no, and I'm not going to go too deep into this, right? But when I talk about unlocking the everlasting riches, what I'm talking about is unlocking your consciousness. So like I said, I'm not going to go too deep. I'm just going to talk very high level. Your consciousness consists of the subconscious or the conscious and the subconscious. As a baby, all we have is the subconscious. You can also call the subconscious the unconscious mind. Unconscious means unaware. So babies, they come here only the subconscious. So what do? They take in everything that they get, everything in their environment. They can't say no. The subconscious has no ability to reject. It accepts whatever you give it. So whatever your baby is around, whatever the beliefs are, whatever the ideas are that are floating in the air, that baby is going to pick those up, accept them as their own with no question. Then Around 7, the conscious mind starts to form, that faculty. And that's when they start to go, is this true? Is this really a thing? But more often than not, they're still around the same people. So they might have that thought. God may pop up like, hold on, we're one. Outside world, like, nah, don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Listen to what I'm telling you. We work for money. We don't have money. We need money. Money is hard to come by. Money don't grow on trees. I don't know how many of y'all mama told y'all that. She ain't got McDonald's money. Money don't grow on trees. You think I'm made up? The guy trying to get me. I'm gonna say it anyway. Excuse me, y'all. What's the moms talking about? I'm not made of money. Made of money? MOM? You are made of money. You are. That's exactly what you are. Made of money. That's how God programmed you, right? But I want you guys to understand, in all seriousness, everything that you desire is on the other side of you making a decision. Everything that you want is on the other side of that decision. I don't make excuses. I make decisions. This is the affirmation I want you guys to write down. I want you guys to keep this. Oh, and I'm not done yet, Kiera. It's another little part right here too. I do not make excuses. I don't make excuses. I make decisions. When I make the decision, God makes the way. Too many of y'all focused on the how and the when. That's not your responsibility. That's not your responsibility. How it's going to manifest, when it's going to manifest is not your responsibility. Absolutely. What you want to manifest, how and when is none of your concern. Too many of y'all trying to do God's part. God said, make the decision. You trying to figure out how you're going to do it. Is that what he told you to do? He said, make the decision. You're steps ahead, baby. You haven't even made the decision yet. You're talking about, oh, I can't do it. How? Well, it sounds like we're making excuses. That's what I'm hearing. Excuse me. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me type this for here. I don't make excuses. I make decisions. When I make the decision, God makes the way. If this is not your mantra for 2025, I don't know what is. I don't make excuses. I make decisions. When I make the decision, God makes the way. Okay. So we've talked about source of supply, right? We talked about God being the source of all and everything, right? We've talked about your oneness. You cannot be separated from the source. There is nothing you could do, absolutely nothing you could do to sever the relationship between God and everything in your life. The sun will never be separated from the sunbeam. Winter will never follow winter. It is never going to be a day where the sun's like, you know what? I'm actually not feeling it today. I don't think I want to rise. That's not how this works. We live in an orderly universe. Order is heaven's first law. You and God are one. Y'all are soulmates. These are messages that I'm going to keep impressing on you and onto your subconscious. So right now what I'm doing, remember we were talking about the conscious and the subconscious. Right now what I'm doing is I'm bringing up what you already know to be true from the subconscious, and I'm making you aware of it. Because again, we cannot change anything until we're aware of it. So the first step is always self-awareness. I don't know how many leaders y'all listen to or if you've enrolled in courses or you're, in the manifestation space, but we don't start with, what do I want? We don't start with, oh, what's your goal? What you want to manifest? Oh, back up. How you going to unlock riches and you don't even know you got the riches? How you going to step into the oneness if you don't even know the oneness is there? Whoa. So let's pause. We're going to get into what you want. We're going to talk about that and we're going to get real specific. But first, I need you to be aware of yourself. I need you to be aware of your oneness. I need you to know that you and God are one. I don't take this work lightly. I don't take your life lightly. I don't take my life lightly. God said, look, I could take you today. I could take you right now. Like you could come back with me. Not everybody woke up today. Not everybody woke up. Some people, God took them back. And you have a chance, you have an opportunity to prove your dominion over everything and all. That's what God gave you. Your mind is your power of dominion. The mind controls everything else. Spirit comes first. You, God, spirit, source, infinite intelligence, universe, ancestors, spirit. I know what's the acronym? I think some people are using sugar now. So it's spirit, universe, God, ancestors. I kind of like that, right? But you are spirit, you are source, you are God, you are one with this is who you are. You're not a human being. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. Very different. If you believe you're a human, you only have human powers, baby. If you know that you are one with the big God, people gonna be like, how did you do that? Oh, baby, I'm working with the big God. Who are you working with? The little one? Well, maybe that's the problem. I used to work with the little God. I did. I worked with me all the time, me and me. I was at the center of everything, failing miserably. What is happening? Why isn't it working, God? I'm doing what you're telling me to do. I'm showing up. I'm taking the actions, but you're taking these actions in a lack and limited mindset. You're taking the actions in, this is not going to work. When I first started my business, I told you guys now I'm a full entrepreneur. It's been over a year now that I've been solely an entrepreneur. The first 3.5, 4 years of this journey, I was back and forth. In and out, in and out, in and out. Oh, let me do my job. Let me do the job and the business. Well, let me just do the business. Oh, well, now I'm failing, so let me go back to the job. Right? It was just up and down. Right? When I first got into this study, I quit my job immediately. I said, you know what? God got me. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I gave him a 2-day notice. Hello? Thank you for the opportunity. As of 2 days from now, I ain't gonna be here no more. That's how serious I was about this work. Because God told me this is what you are supposed to do. You've been talking your whole life. You've had something to say. This is what I want you to speak about for the rest of your life. And I said, I got you, God. Jump right in. What I tell y'all, we like to take action, right? That's good. We need action. But I took the action, jumped in, had a whole mortgage, had all these things, bills to pay for, like normal. I made the decision. I jumped in. I started booking calls. I started talking to people. But what was in the back of my mind? Oh, you can't pay your bills. You need them to buy because you ain't got no money. The words that I'm saying, oh, I can help you, Kiara, create the life of your dreams. But the vibe you're getting, I need you to buy. I'm attached to you buying because I can't pay my bills. That translates. It doesn't matter what you say. Hello, Kendra. How are you, love? It doesn't matter what you say. People feel the vibes, the frequency. It does not. And if you're saying something positive, but the vibe you're giving is negative, positive and negative, they don't coexist. So what happens? People say, "Oh, well, let me think about it. It sounds good, but let me do." And then, you got to follow up in 2 days. 2 days later, oh, I decided not to. Is that them or me? Is that you or is that me? Is the outside world a reflection of me? Is the outside world a reflection of the inside? So it wasn't what I was saying, right? It wasn't the actions I was taking. It was the consciousness in which I was taking those actions. It was the mindset I was in as I was taking the actions. I've been on social media. I was on social media for 4 years, did not monetize. That was my goal. I wanted to monetize social media. Well, I'm on here. I'm on here just for, no, I'm trying to make it pop. Okay. Work. No. I don't want to do that. Daycare, don't want to put my son in that. I don't. I want to be with him. I want to have the ability to do X, Y, and Z. That's what I want. I don't want to be tied to a job in any way, shape, or form. Right? So what I had to, oh, hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm actually making my son some lunch. Let me check on it real quick. 1 second. Woo. Got it. Love that. Okay, I'm back. So, I go lose my train of thought. jumped in, scared, monetized social media. Okay. So from April, or let's say May 2020 to April 2024, 4 years, y'all. I've been on social media. As soon as I decided this is what I'm going to do, this is my purpose, this is my calling, I got on social media and I started talking. This is what God told me to tell y'all. Now, I didn't say it like that at the time because I didn't fully realize my oneness. But you'll hear me now. God told me to tell you this. So if I say God said, that's the big God said that. I'm just the messenger. I'm just letting you know what he told me to tell you. I was on social media for 4 years, same actions, going live, posting content, having events, creating, doing all these things. 4 years. Actions, actions, actions. Mind, wishy-washy. Yeah, result here, result there. Never monetized social media though. But I was getting, I created an ebook. I sold, a couple copies, had a couple clients, a little dibble dabble, but nothing to show like, oh yeah, you really got this. Got in touch with my new mentor. 2 weeks, I did what she told me to do. I became who she told me to become, and I monetized my social media. Took me 2 weeks. 4 years, I've been taking these same actions, doing the same, going live, creating doing the same things. The only thing that I shifted in that 2 weeks was my consciousness, was the way that I saw myself, was my belief system, was the fact that I am one with God. And if I'm one with God and God is within, everything outside is just a reflection of the inside. So if everything that I desire is already in here, how can I actually bring this out? How can I actually unlock it? How can I actually make it so that everybody can see it? I know I can see it on the inside, but I want to get to the point where it manifests and everybody can see it. Took me 2 weeks. 4 years versus 2 weeks. So what I teach you to do is collapse time. I've been doing this for 5 years. We're not doing 5. That's not the goal for you. I've already done the trial and error. I've already done it. I've done it for you. I went through it. It was painful, very uncomfortable. You don't need to do that, right? You can collapse the time that it takes you to get where you want to go, right? Using the right guide. Okay. So any questions so far? We're going to come up on this probably, well, I might do it at 11, actually, the Q&A session, because we're moving along. But what I want you guys so far to understand and to take from this is you were promised an inheritance. You were promised a chunk of infinity, a piece of infinity. It's got your name on it. Can nobody take it? Simone got her piece. Kiera got her piece. Houston got his piece. Callie got her piece. Nobody can take your piece. This is what the girl was trying to argue with me about. Oh, that's not how that economy works. Okay, baby. You got it, big dog. You got it. You have your own piece of infinity. Whatever demands you put on it is what you get. If you ask God for $2 million a year, he'll give it to you. If you ask him for $100 million, he will give it to you, right? So it's just about the vessel in which you give him to operate. God is formless. God has no bounds. God has no limits. We limit. We give God the limitations through the vessel that we allow him to express himself through. The same God that's in me is the God that's in you. The God that pays my bills pays your bills. The God that has me out drinking this mushroom coffee, $45 thing, mushroom coffee. I told my aunt that it was $45 for this. She said, what? Right? Just a different perspective. I've asked God for mushroom coffee. That's what I want to drink. So what did he do? He provided the way for me to get that. You asked for Folgers. So what did he do? He provided the way for you to get that. It's not shade. It's not a knock. It's just plain. It's a way for you guys to see clearly what you ask for is what you, I'm trying to take care. What you ask for is what you get. What you ask for is what you get. What you ask for is what you get. But this is the part that I want you guys to understand, because this is the part that gets a little confusing for people. People talk about the law of attraction all the time on social media. Remember, we're talking about laws. The law of attraction is one of them, right? The law of attraction does not state that you attract what you want. Let's be clear. Let's make sure we're hearing. The law of attraction does not state that you attract what you want. The law of attraction states you attract what you vibrate in harmony with. Okay? So just a little bit more. I'm not going to go too deep. The law of attraction is a secondary law. Okay? You attract what you vibrate in harmony with. The law of vibration is the primary law. The law of vibration says everything vibrates, everything moves, nothing rests. We literally live in an ocean of motion. My hand is moving so fast that it appears to be still. If I put my skin, if I took some skin cells under and put it under a microscope, you would see them jumping, dancing, right? We vibrate so fast that we appear to be still. So what does that mean for attraction? Earlier, I talked to you guys about, oh, I want to help you create the life of your dreams. I want to help, but I can't pay my bills is the vibe that I'm giving, right? That's what I'm going to attract. It doesn't matter what I'm saying. The vibe, the frequency that my body is giving off is I can't pay my bills, lack and limitation. So what am I going to attract? People who do not have the resources to invest in themselves through me. People that can't pay their bills. I can only attract what I'm in harmony with. Can you imagine M. Simone? And she wasn't M. Simone back then. She was Maya Simone. Could you imagine Maya Simone filled with lack and limitation, manifesting a client that had the money to pay the bills, and I can't even pay my bills? And I'm focused on, I'm trying to help you get where you want to go, and I can't even get where I want to go. I'm so attached to you buying so I can help you get the vibrations that you give off, the vibes, right? We call them vibes, frequencies, right? The energy that you give off, it does not lie. That energy is always, always, always honest. That energy, the subconscious, the vibes, that's God. That's the God. That's the God piece right there. The intuition, when something says, go this way, that's God. When you get that feeling, let me reach out to this person, that's God. Okay? But it's a vibe, it's a feeling that you're giving off. So whatever vibe, whatever, however you're vibrating, if you're anxious, if you're nervous, if you're worried, if you're down, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my bills. That gives off. People feel that. And you're either going to attract people who also can't pay their bills, or you're going to repel the people that can. Right? So it's the source of your supply is within you. God is the source. You and God are soulmates. You and God are one. You cannot be separated from the source of supply. When you are ready to unlock your everlasting riches, you have to understand how your mind is locked up currently. What do you believe to be true? Who do you see yourself as? Do I actually believe what M. Simone is saying? I mean, it sound good, but do I truly believe what she's saying? Right? You have to unlock the mind first. And once it's unlocked, once we figure out what's in there, you have to create the space for something new. This gets people caught up as well. You want more. You're asking God, source, God, I would love more money in my experience. One, you got to be specific. So let's say I want $100,000 a month in my experience, right? That's what you want. That's what you're asking for. That is where you're putting your energy. God will supply it for you, but it is based on who you actually believe you are. If you're saying you want 100,000, but you know, like, I can't do that. Man, I could probably do five. Five gonna come to you because you know you can do that. You know that's possible, right? The 100,000, if you don't have the mindset to correspond with what you're asking for. What if God gave you $100,000 right now, as you are today? It'd be gone tomorrow. It'd be gone in 3 days. Splurged, gone, because you're working with the same lack and limitation mindset, poverty consciousness versus a prosperity consciousness. You have to step into the prosperity to be able to keep what he gives you. So that's why I said this next 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 6 months to a year, this is where God is going to create, to literally have you, your caterpillar, go into the chrysalis, get you all ready to come out a butterfly. Because he is going to give you all of the world at your disposal, but you have to be the one that would actually keep it. God gonna send you $1 million, you're gonna lose it tomorrow. Why would I say? I'm sending this girl and she just wasting it. What? I mean, I know I'm the infinite being and I have it all, but I'm not wasteful. I want to give the funds to people who are going to steward them, who are going to move it forward, who are going to circulate it, who are going to create programs, create schools, better the economy, whatever it is. Me being a billionaire ain't got nothing to do with money sitting in my account. You want to know what's going to be spent on? the great school of life, a bank, hotel groups, real estate, $100 million scholarships for STEM students at HBCUs. Like, I'm not, this is not oh, I just want $1 billion just to hold it and see and just look at it and just, no. We're making stuff happen with this $1 billion. And I'm gonna go get somebody else's money before I spend mine. Oh, that's what the rich people do. That's what they do. They don't spend their 100 million. They go get a loan for 100 million. They spend yours first and then they spend theirs, right? There's a different way that people look at debt. There's a different way that people look at money. Like when you realize your oneness, you come from a different space. You come from a place of wholeness. You come from a place of, oh, everything is possible. Now, this all sounds, even when I'm saying it, I'm like, sheesh, even 6 months ago, like, I wouldn't have believed all of this. Like, and then I've been in the study for 5 years, right? But what I want to help you guys do is I want to help you detach as quick as possible. The more attached you are to this life you want to create, the longer it's going to take you to manifest it. You do not manifest in the attached energy. Okay, so there's a ladder of belief. And I'm like, it's a whole lot of stuff coming out of me. God, you gotta, like, you can't give them everything. But there's a ladder of belief, okay? And right now, you guys are in the need and the want piece of the ladder. I need more money. Hold on. Or I want more money. You're either at need it or I want it. I don't have enough, I need it. Or, it's cool, but I want more. You don't manifest in those energies, okay? You have the need. That means I'm attached. It has to come. If it doesn't come, my life is going to be terrible. I'm never going to get where I need to go. You're not going to manifest there. You then have the want. I don't need more money, but I would love it, right? I would love it. Okay, that's better. We would love more. We don't need it. We would love it. And then you have to get to the point where you actually believe it's possible. You want $100,000 a month, but you don't believe that it's possible for you. You can't manifest it if you don't believe it, right? So you have need. I need $100,000. I need it. I don't have enough money to pay my bills. I'm about to be on the street. I need it. You have want. I'm cool, but I would want. I want 100,000. That'd be great. And then you get to the point where, you know what? I actually believe I can do it. I believe it's possible for me to bring in $100,000 a year. And then you get into the knowing. That's where I want you guys to be. I know it's done. When you know something is done, you are detached. When you know the money is coming, you ain't looking for it. Oh, well, where is it? I thought it was coming today. Where? You're attached. You have to detach from it, right? Because it's about the feeling of it's already yours. If you need money, you don't feel like it's already yours. If you want more money, you don't feel like it's already yours. If you believe it's possible, you're getting there. We're getting there. But when you know it's already done, when you know it's yours now, when you know you're prosperous now, when you know you're abundant now, that's when it manifests for you. Y'all think y'all don't have no money, you're broke and you ain't got what you need because you don't see a number in your bank account. Kiara is writing with a pen that money paid for. She is sitting in a bed that money paid for. The glasses that she's wearing, money paid for. This shirt that M. Simone is wearing, money paid for. This pen, this iPhone, this freaking TikTok, this computer, money paid for all of it. So you're going to tell me because you don't see a certain number in your bank account that you ain't got no money? That you're broke? That you're not prosperous? When you're swimming in money, that's how you're going to detach right now. There is no tomorrow. I told y'all somebody didn't wake up today. We can't bank on tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. No. That might not even come. Today is the only and the last day that you have. That's how you have to live. Today is the first day of my life and the very last. You have to do it today. So what I teach you how to do is understand that you're prosperous right now. I don't care what your bank account says. I don't give a shit. I don't care if it's negative. I don't care if you're $50,000 in debt. I don't care if you're $100,000 in debt. You must pull an arrow all the way back for it to shoot forward. If you're $100,000 in debt in the red, imagine where you could go. Like you're coming from all the way back here, baby. You can you can go so far, right? But it's just a perspective change. I'm not changing your bank account. You have the same amount of money in your bank account. The only thing that I just changed for you is your perspective, is the way that you look at it. Yeah, of course I don't have the money in my bank account. I just circulated it. Groceries, light bill, that water that you turn on and you don't even recognize it just flows. Cold water, hot water, drinkable water just flowing. Do you realize how prosperous you already are? Do you realize how God is your source of supply right now? He has been providing for you and he always will. There's never going to be a time where God's like, you know what? Damn, man, you asking for a lot. I don't think I could do it today. I think you might have to starve. I think you might have, I think that's just, God is never going to leave you nor forsake you. I don't care what it looks like. I've programmed myself to be able to deny the evidence of my senses. Everything that you see right now is a manifestation of the past version of you. Everything today is a manifestation of your past. It has absolutely no indication on your future unless you let it. You can start right now, today, in this very moment, to shift your trajectory, to change the lineage for your family. But if you get caught up in what you see, oh, I don't see it coming. That's attachment. But I want you to remember, everything you see right now, the bank account that you see right now is based on who you've been. It has no indication on who you're going to be. I started off with real great credit. Girl, I was in a 735, 740s. You couldn't tell me nothing. One of them outside things again. Oh, you can't tell me, girl, I got good credit. You know what my credit looks like now? I don't give a fuck. No, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. But that's the old me. My credit is an indication of who I was. It has absolutely no indication of who I am today or who I'm going to be. None at all. Absolutely no. And hi, Ariana, how are you, love? That's my nephew's twin. We got nephew twins. But the what you see today is a manifestation of the past. If you can understand that, if you can move forward with that understanding, everything I see today is a manifestation of my past. Who I am being today is creating my tomorrow. The thoughts, the feelings, and the actions, the way that I see myself today is creating tomorrow. Okay? So 2 things. Find the prosperity now. You want to create an inner sense of plenty. That's what we do with source of supply. With you being your oneness, you're creating an inner sense of plenty, not an outer sense. Not an outer sense. No matter what the outside world is showing you, an inner sense of plenty. Everything I see today is a manifestation of my past. It has no indication on my future unless I let it. It has no indication on my future unless I let it. Everything you see today is a manifestation of who you've been. There's a period that must pass. It's called the gestation period. Women who get pregnant, the day that you find out you're pregnant is not the day that you get that baby. There is a period of gestation. It's 10 months, about 40 weeks. It's a long time. There's a period of gestation that must pass before you actually manifest that child, where you actually see the result of what you planted. So that's what this period, these next 6 weeks, whatever, and it's up to you, the time that it takes for it to come to you. But that's what's happening. You've planted the seed. We're starting to plant the seeds today. If you plant an apple seed, what you gonna reap? An apple. If you plant an orange seed, what are you gonna reap? An orange. If you plant a poverty seed, you plant a negative seed. It is spiritually and physically impossible for you to plant poverty and reap prosperity. I don't know who needs to hear it. You trying to get one way, following 2 directions. You must plant the seeds that you expect to reap. I cannot afford that. Ooh, I tread lightly. What about I am choosing not to buy this right now? What about that? Same thing. I'm not getting whatever it is I want, but I'm making a choice not to buy it versus I can't afford it. Do you see how that language is different for the same exact thing? You still don't have the money to get what it is you want at that moment, but you're choosing not to buy it versus saying, I can't, I can't afford it. I don't have what I need. I'm making a choice. Okay. So questions, any questions that are coming up? I think I had a couple, I wrote them down. I had a couple questions that people asked me on socials. Where did I write them? Excuse me. Just a few. So I'm going to go over those in a second. All right, but let's just do a quick overview recap of what we've talked about so far and where we are. The God that's in me is the same God that's in you. There is no differentiation. God is one, God is all, God is everything. God created us in tandem with him. What did they say? Created us in his image. God created us in tandem with him. When he created us, he was in the seed as well. We are always together. You are one with the source of supply. God is the source of all universe, whatever word makes you feel good, is the source of everything and all good things in your life. Period. Period. End of conversation. One source. The money that comes from TikTok comes from God. The money that comes from your job comes from God. The money that comes from your business comes from God. The money that comes from the stocks comes from God. It's all God's money. All of it. He is lending it to us, and he'll lend us as much as we can hold. As much milk as you can put in that ice cream machine, he will give it to you. It's infinite. It doesn't stop. How much can you hold? How much are you asking for? What is your demand on this infinite supply? How much you gonna take from the ocean? 1 cup? You got it? I'm gonna get me about 20, 30, 45 cups. Give me all the cups. Okay, give me the cups. But we get to choose. If you want to unlock the riches, become aware of your oneness, truly identify with it, and I'll teach you how to do that. Truly identify with your oneness in every aspect. When I woke up this morning, I said, you know what? And this is a little tip that you guys can use, and it'll change your vibration quickly. It'll get you in the feeling of gratitude, which is the manifesting energy. It'll get you into oh shit, I got everything I need. When I go on walks or just randomly, I'll be like, you know what? Prosperity, 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 prosperity. I'll just point out things. I can be outside with 40,000 million leaves. Prosperity. If you start to see all of the abundance around you, if you start to see like, oh shit, I'm living in abundance right now. The only reason you don't feel that way is because society has told you you need money in a bank account. Well, if it's sitting in your bank account, how are you serving God? Ooh. If you're not moving it, how are you being of service? Interesting. Because nothing moves until a sale is made. If Ariana is selling apples and I want apples, nothing happens until she sells me that apple. Nothing happens until she gives me the apple and I give her the money. She's going to be a poor farmer and I'm going to be hungry. There has to be an exchange. Money is to be circulated, just like the air circulates, just like the sun comes up, goes down in this circular pattern every single day, comes up, it rises, it sets, it rises, it sets. If you hold on to your money so tightly, if you hold on to what it is that you have, how are you going to get more? God says, use what you have. Use what you have. If you're holding on so tightly to what you have, you can't get any more. Closed mouths don't get fed. Closed fists don't get bread. How I'm gonna give you some your hand closed? How am I going to give you more if you are so attached to what you have? I mean, the place that you want me to put your good is already filled with things you do not want, or the life that you have currently. You're gonna have to give it up. You cannot keep the same life and create your dream life at the same time. Remember I told you I was trying to work a job and be a business owner? At some point, God is going to make you choose. You are going to have to self-define by your actions. If I'm telling God I want to be an entrepreneur, I'm telling God I want to travel the world, I want to teach his work, I want to create these programs, I want to better life, I want to do all these things, but I'm still spending my time going to a job. Where your focus goes, Where your energy goes, that's what grows. If I give my energy to a job, that's where God is going to provide my abundance. If I give him the vessel of this business, if I give him a vessel of entrepreneurship, whatever product, I don't care if you want to sell products, if you want to be a content creator, if you want to be a coach, if you want to be a real estate investor, if you want to do stocks, I don't care what it is. At some point, you are going to have to make a decision to go all in on it. At some point, you're going to have to do it. If you're telling God you want to create your dream life, but you're doing things that you would not be doing in your dream life every day, do you want to create your, because again, you don't get what you want. You get what you are. Oh, I want to be an entrepreneur. But you have not taken the steps to start the business. What is it you want to do? You're still going to a job every day. You're not spending any time on your business at all. Then no, you don't want to be an entrepreneur. You want to be a worker. That's where you're giving your energy to. And there's no problem with any. We need people at every level of consciousness. We need people. We need the cashiers. We need the people at Chick-fil-A. We need the CEOs. We need the coaches. We need the housewives. We need the state. We need everybody to play their part, but you get to choose the part. It's your choice. God gave you free will to choose. God says yes, but you choose. You choose first. He acts. You act, he reacts. If you do nothing, God does nothing. Oh, God didn't answer my prayer. No, he answered your prayer. You just prayed for what you didn't want. He answered it. He answers every prayer. He answers every single prayer. Okay. So we're going to realize I'm one with God. I'm one with all source of supply. How am I going to unlock my everlasting riches? I'm going to be aware. I'm going to become aware of who I am. I'm going to become aware of what's in my mind currently. How am I programmed right now? How am I programmed? If you don't know how you program, if you don't know where you are, how you gonna get where you want to go? Y'all know on your phone, when you put in your GPS, you want to go to Walmart. Well, first of all, which Walmart? Because bitch, there's 100,000 Walmarts, babe. That's not specific enough. That's not gonna get us where we want to go. Where do you want to go? Cool. You know where you want to go. What route you want to take? The fastest route, tolls, less turns. Cool. That's cool too. But where you at? How am I get you on the road to your dreams? You don't know where you are. Your GPS can't take you anywhere without a my location. Where are you at now? Today. Not where you want to be. I know where you want to be. You're getting ahead of yourself. You're getting ahead of yourself. Where are you now? Right now, today. Where are you now? Where are you honestly at in your life? Honesty is, and it's uncomfortable to look yourself, to write down these things and look yourself in the mirror and say that I am the only problem I have ever had and I am the only solution. It's you. It's been you the whole time. I'm sorry to tell you. It's nobody outside of you. It ain't your parents. It's not what they told you, what the love they didn't give you, the education you ain't got, the money you don't got, the friends you don't need. It's none of that. It's your belief that these things outside of you are the cause of your success. That's where the issue is coming in at. So I need you to know where you are today. Clearly, I want you to be clear. It's going to be uncomfortable. We're going to cry. You're going to be like, damn, it's been me this whole time? Like, yeah, like I could have. Yeah, but you weren't ready for it. Just like 4 years ago, when Maya was talking to these people, she wasn't ready. And I know that the feeling I have now, oh, yeah, no, she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready yet. I wasn't ready to steward God's people as I am today. Right? I wasn't ready yet. And I didn't know truly where I was at. I knew a little bit, because I had a course that I was taking. I knew a little bit. But I was so focused on the action. I was so focused on the mechanics. I was so focused on the doing. We're going to do. You're going to have to do. Faith without works is dead, but the faith comes first. Faith without works. Faith comes first. The mindset comes first. The consciousness comes first. The beliefs come first. The inside comes first. The inside makes the outside. We teach from the inside out. Once you get the inside right, there's no stopping the outside. God don't know depression. God don't know recession. God's not up there like, oh shit, look like my money going down. No. God is above all of that. We, as spiritual beings having human experiences, we get caught up in all that. Oh, look, people selling their stocks. I need to sell my stocks. Oh, they said, I can't tell you. I'm going to be honest with y'all. And maybe this was something you'll pick up being in my energy. I don't know what's going on in the news. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what's going on with the economy. I can't tell you what's happening with whoever and whatever. I can't. So if that's your style, you want to go ahead and follow that. You know what I follow? What God told me to do. I listen to God. I don't really know what's happening on that side. Like the girl talk about, oh, that's not how the economy works. Maybe that's not how your economy works. I'm not really sure. But you create your own economy. You are the economy. Your house is an economy. The government don't tell you how much money you get. You do. You're not taking from anybody else when you set out on the path to prosperity. You are not taking from anybody else. I don't care who told you. I don't care what they said. Oh, well, you can't be a millionaire, then it's going to be taken from. No, it's not. It's not taken from anybody. Your belief that other people are taking from you is where the issue is. You mad at the fact that other people have so much abundance. That's where your issue is. How you going to be critical of somebody with money and then ask God for money? Huh? Oh, you shouldn't have that money. God, I need some more. That's why you in the need right now. That's why you need more, because you're so focused on what everybody else has. You have a plate. It's infinite. But if you're focused on somebody else's plate, how are you going to see all of the abundance on your plate right now? You can't, because you're focused on lack. Remember I said, whatever you give your energy to, whatever you focus on, that's what grows. Okay. So unlock. Here I am. This is where I want to be. And then we're going to get on the road. We're not waiting. Once you decide where you're going, we're going to go there. We're going to start today. Immediately, right now. If you tell me that you want to be a 6-figure earner, you want to be a 7-figure earner, I've made 6 figures in a year. I made 5 figures last month. It was actually my first 5-figure month. And me being so forward thinking, so ahead, so trying to get to the next thing, I didn't even sit in it. Didn't even sit in it. Just went up. Wait, I said, hold on, wait, back up. 5-figure month? Did you just? And let me be clear. The vessel, the way through which God gives you that money, none of your business. That 5 figures didn't come from my business. It came from the sale of a home. But that's not the point. The point is, I know what path I'm focused on, but God has infinite paths to give you what you want. So just because you're focused on this path and it doesn't seem like it's going to come through that path, or it's not there yet, it doesn't matter, baby. God has infinite ways to get you your abundance. Infinite ways to get you your abundance. It took me 66 days, because I like to write out the time frame and see how this works, right? It took me 66 days from the date that and I'm going to use this wording, the date that I subjectively convinced myself, I gave my subconscious the idea that I am prosperity. I am one with God, and everything that I need is supplied. I accepted that subconsciously. Remember, I was telling you about babies earlier, how they just accept things and they just live life as if that's true. That's what I did on October 20th. December 26th, 5 figures. Now we coming up on January 26th, and what your girl going for? 6. Because what does that mean? That means I'm providing that much service to the world. Now, I'm asking for it to come through the Great School of Life, because that's where my passion is, but I'm open. TikTok, I'll take it. Inheritance, I'll take it. Business, I'll take it. I'll take it from wherever. I am open to receive. Open to receive. Open to receive. When you start to ask God for things and then somebody offers you something and you say no, you go on a date with a man. He says, oh, let me get your gas. Oh, no, I got it. Are you open to receive or not? You ask God, and this is what I mean by we're going to start to be that person. If you're asking God for something, you must be open to receive whatever when it comes. If it's something you can use, perfect. If it's not, take it anyway and give it to somebody else. My older family members give me stuff all the time, just stuff. I don't even know, like this stuff's from 2000. Like, what kind of food is this? I'm not going to eat it, but I take it anyway in gratitude and I circulate it, right? But you must be open to receive it. Everybody on this event, you've asked for help, whether verbally or vibrationally. You've asked God for help. You must be open to receive it. When it's offered to you, you must be open to receive it. And what did I say earlier? I don't make excuses. I make decisions. When I make the decision, God makes the way. It's not God makes the way first, then I make the decision. God is not going to provide you the opportunity when you're ready, baby. It's when you need it. When you need it. It's not when you're ready. It's when you need it. Okay? So, questions, comments, concerns. I got a couple questions. What, we're at 11:25? We're doing good. What are you doing? You silly boy. Okay. So let me just check real quick. I think the chat's good. I think Winston just said, yeah, everything I see today is okay, perfect. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me see. Let me make sure there's nothing on TikTok. Hello, hello, hello. Girl, time be flying when you preach it, girl.
This is great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm so grateful that you're here. And very, very just into it, honey. Kira said, I ain't playing no games with y'all. Okay. God told me it's got to be more for me out here. Ain't no way I'm supposed to be working a job for 40 years. Like that just, who came up with that? And we just tuned into it. We just tuned into it. Yeah. And I wouldn't even say, yeah, that makes sense. Because we didn't do that. That's what they told us it was. We believed it. We accepted it. And we lived our life based that way, based on that. I've had 27 jobs in my 27 years of working, or 27 years of living. So like 11 years of working, right? But that's because God said, no, baby, it's not for you. It's not. I don't know what to tell you. Keep trying to make it work. You keep trying. And I keep telling you, you're not supposed to be doing that. So if anybody that's been fired, that's been getting laid off, that couldn't get right with whatever it is, there's a reason for that. God has more for you. God has more for you. Is that something I need to? Oh, yes, Winston. Okay. First question coming in. I love this. I love it. This is perfect. Okay. So if I feel my prices are too high for people, is that something I need to reassess? Beautiful question. So there's a few things that I'm going to break down with this question. One, you said, if I feel my prices are too high. Okay. So before I say that, let me say this. There is a line of people, I can guarantee you right now, at the Hermes store waiting to go in and spend some money. It's people at the car dealership right now. Ain't got it, but gonna find it so they can get their car. Your prices are never too high. There is a price that people will pay for what it is they desire. If you believe your prices are too high, though, if you feel that way, remember I talked about feeling? If you feel they are too high, everybody else will as well. If you feel your prices are too high, other people will confirm that belief. You do not need to reassess. And if you are, go bigger. Because what you're offering right now probably is not a lot. What are you actually, Winston, if you're comfortable sharing, you can share in the comments, what it is you sell and what your prices are. But no, that's not something that you need to reassess. What I would say is if you want to have different offerings that are more accessible, cool. I have a range. I've got deals. I've got most accessible. I've got just kind of pop in. I've got you want to have a conversation, right? But what I know and what you guys will start to understand is the more, and I won't say all the time, but a good bit of the time, the more you pay for something, the more you pay attention. If I offer you a $30 ebook that you buy, yeah, you might read it. You might read it, on your free time or, when you get a chance, oh, I ain't doing nothing today, let me read this book. If you invest $3,000 with me, oh, you best believe you're going to be emailing me. I didn't get the link. Where's the workbook? Let me make sure. The more you pay, the more you pay attention. And I'm never going to tell you guys to do anything that I haven't done. Mentorship, I invest in 4-5 figures. And it's uncomfortable sometimes because I'm like, God, but I know that what I'm investing in is not that person. I'm investing in myself. When you are investing with me, you're investing in yourself. I'm just giving you because we don't trust ourselves enough. You have all the answers right now. Everything I told you today, you already know. You already knew that. You subconsciously knew it, intuitively knew it. But we seek outside of ourselves for answers. So that's why I'm giving you a guide outside of yourself for the answer. But what you're going to do is all coming from the inside. I'm teaching you how to go inside. You're not actually the program, the guide, whatever it is for you to ignite that inside flame and go inside. It's all about introspection over here. Well, what should I do? What do you think you should do? I'm one of them teachers. Actually, before you'll send me a text, I'll go and, I'll be doing something so I can't read it. And then when I come back, you've already answered your question in the text. You don't need me. Just like when the teacher, comes by and you're like, oh, Miss James, could you help me with this question? And she just stands there. And then you're like, oh, yeah, I got it. Same thing. I'm going to stand there and I'm going to watch you figure it out. All right. But I'm going to give you a guide that makes sure that the amount of error that you take and the trial and error is so minimal. You don't need no trial and error. I'm telling you, if you do exactly what I'm telling you to do, literally to the letter, and it's not hard. It's very simple. I'm an ease and flow girl. I've been in this study too long. I don't do all that hard stuff. Okay. So Winston says, I'm a fireman or a firearm instructor, based out of Dallas, Texas. I considered making something more accessible for people to be able to get into their self-defense journey. Yes. So that's what I would say. I absolutely would consider making something more accessible, right? And I like to use the word accessible, not affordable. People can afford anything they want. You can afford whatever you want. Now, whether you believe that or not, we'll work on it, right? But you want to make it accessible. Right. I want to be able to give more people access. That's what it is. Right. But yes, Winston, I would absolutely encourage that. Right. Maybe you have and we'll, here shortly go over kind of, staying in this energy and what that looks like. But yeah, I would have some different options. Right. If you have like a 3-week or a 4-week course that's, hands-on, you got to put your time into it. There's things you have to put together with that. That's a four-figure investment. Right. You then have, okay, well, we check in maybe once a week. There's a group setting, right? It's, something that maybe we can do virtual, whatever way that you can still provide that service, to people, and of course be compensated, because that's just the law of giving and receiving. You give information, you give value, people give you, or you receive cash in exchange for that. But yes, absolutely, I would encourage something more accessible, but I would not change whatever that first offer is. I would not change the price on that. No, I don't even know what the price is. I don't care. Don't change it. Leave it there, because what you'll find is when that first person buys it, you shit, I could have been charging 2,000. Right. And again, it's not about the money, right? I talk about money a lot because it's a measuring stick. I can calculate to the penny, right, your standard or your standard of living, right? Somebody who receives $100,000 a month, it's a different standard of living from somebody that receives $5,000 a month, right? It's not that you're better. They're not more worthy than you. It's just that the service they provide, right, has them bring in that amount of money. It has nothing to do with their worth. You were worthy when you were created. You were born rich. You were born worthy. You were born favored. You were born confident, faithful, joyful, blissful. All of that you were born with. You were born with everything you need. You were born successful. And then life told you otherwise. Oh, well, you're too fat. Oh, you're not pretty enough. Oh, well, you're black. I'm gonna have a whole, ooh, baby, a whole section for people of color. Because, and we're not gonna talk about this at all. This is just a statement and we're gonna move past it. The enslavement movement or slavery was very atrocious physically, but that was not the goal of that movement. The goal was to keep the mind bound for generations. The physical, absolutely atrocious. We are not going to deny that. But the mental piece of it, the beliefs that they gave us, how they programmed people of color, that was the real triumph in that mission, because it's still happening today. You still have the same beliefs. That's why we still eating chitlins, still eating. Anyways. All right, so that's Winston. Winston, and if I didn't clarify your question, let me know. Okay, so the other question that I did have via the internet was, how can I tune out the outside world when it shows me contrast? And this is so important. Because again, I told you guys, right now what you see, as soon as you get off this call, depending on what decision you make, but as soon as you get off this call, reality or your perception of reality is going to set back in. And you're going to look around like you're going to check that bank account. You're going to something, whatever is going to happen, that's going to bring you back to reality, right? I want you to remember, right? Again, that everything you see today is a manifestation of the past, yes, right? But the tricks that I want you to use when it comes to tuning out the outside world is I want you to, and this is, I'll just say briefly, right? Take a moment to meditate. When you are meditating, you are talking to God directly, and there is no outside noise to distract you. He will speak to and through you clearly and remind you, baby, I know it looks crazy, but remember, I got you. I'm the big God. I'm not the little one. You're the little one. Remember? That's why you're getting all out of whack about the stuff you see. I'm the big God. Okay, so let's come back to center. Remind yourself, I and my Father are one, right? If God be for me, who can be against me? Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world, right? But the other thing that I want you guys to do is I want you to start to create that inner sense of plenty that I was talking about. So when you go about your day, somebody calls you and they throw you off. Girl, you're a bill collector. Hey, Miss Simone, I need these money. I need the money. I need the money. I need the money. Right? When you start to hear that, when they call, where is my funds? Right? When you get off of that phone call and you sitting in your car, or you hang up that phone that you pay for, or you close that car door that you pay for, or you go into your house and you cry in the bathroom with tissue that you pay for, I want you to remember that all that you need is already here, it's within you, and that you're sitting in abundance right now. That bill collector is calling you based on your past. He ain't calling you based off what you're doing today. He's not calling you based off what you're doing today. He's calling you based off the past. And when it comes to bills specifically, I want you guys to remember that bills are just invoices for blessings received. You have a light bill. The blessing you received was electricity. They gave it to you for 30 days before you even paid the bill. All you're doing now is paying the invoice for the blessing you had already received. Oh, I can't find the money. I don't know where it is. Do you think God knows where it is? Is God lost? God don't know where his funds at? I'm just asking. You don't need to know where it's coming from. Remember I told you guys that 5-figure month that I was focused on my business to come through? Sale of a house. Nothing to do with the business. So everything that you need will be provided to you at the moment you need it. I know it feels, and that's why I have, and we'll talk about this here briefly, because this is a transition to the next question. I know it sounds so easy. Oh shit, that sounds so easy. And it's hard. It's difficult. It's difficult. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been in the same exact position you were in. Couldn't pay my bills. Frantic. Sweating. I thought I was going to get evicted. Well, I mean, I didn't get evicted from the apartment, but that was some girl. Woo! Last year was so child. But you must stay as close to God as you possibly can. Through the people that you're around, the social media that you intake. I don't know who y'all listening to on the algorithm, but if they are not speaking to uplift, to bring you joy, to inspire, to motivate, to unlock the God within you, you don't need to be listening to that. Get them off your feed. If you wake up in the morning and as soon as you wake up, you go to social media, whoo. And all you seeing is how everybody's life looks grand and you sitting in your apartment just cramped. Don't wake up and get on socials. We're talking a lot about action right now, but spend some time with yourself, with God, do a prayer. I have a gratitude playlist, music. There's a lot of things that I do to stay out of my outside world, right? So there's some things that you could do, but most importantly is to create that inner sense of plenty. Fuck, I don't have any money in my bank account, bro. Like, this bill is due tomorrow. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Oh, wait. But I got groceries. I got somewhere to stay. My son is healthy. Shit, I'm a bad bitch. Like, damn, why am I stressing? God has always worked it out. Every single time I needed something, I've always got it. Shit. It's crazy. It's like I'm putting myself through more turbulence for him to do it anyway. It's going to be done. How and when is not your responsibility. I know it's uncomfortable. I know you like, I need to know. You don't though. And you already know. Your higher self knows. So what you want to do is trust that. Okay. Now, like I said, very high level overview. There was a lot that I just gave you guys. But as far as next steps, right? So source of supply, this was a very high level overview. This is 2 hours. Okay. 2 hours for me to open your mind enough, right? To put some new stuff in there. Take some stuff out to put some new stuff in, right? So when it comes to, and I think the other question was staying in this energy or being mentored. So I didn't really talk too much about it. And I'm going to start to talk more about myself and my journey because I know it's helpful for people to see where I came from and where I'm at now. I don't want you guys to just see me now like, oh, she's got it all figured out. No, I didn't have it all. I took 5 years to figure it out. And then I took everything that I've learned and what God has told me and created a guide, several guides for you guys, right? So the Great School of Life is a non-traditional education institution, right? Life, we teach you how to live in spirit for eternity. We teach you how to put God at the forefront of everything you do and keep him there. If the structure is right, everything will be right. If the mind is right, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. If I can get the mind right, if we can get it right, everything else will be right. Riches don't come from outside sources. They come from within. The source of supply is not TikTok. It's not your business. It's not your job. It's not your parents. It's not your 401k. Your source of supply is God. He then provides infinite avenues for the money or whatever it is you need to come to you. Okay. Now, I made a visual of this because, girl, sometimes I be talking like, girl, they're not going to remember that. So I made a visual because there's a new course that I'm launching, right? And this is something that God told me to create for the chosen ones. And I called it oneness, of course, because that's what we're doing. We are creating, really realizing our oneness, stepping into it and moving forward with it. Hold on one second. Where is it at? And I made a little diagram. Okay, y'all can't see my screen. So what am I saying? Hold on one second. Let me share my screen. And then if you're on TikTok, you can't see this, but you can hear me. And I'll find a way to get it on TikTok as well. Let me share my screen. That'll probably be a better option. Share. Hold on. It was such an influx. I just had to get this together. Hold on. Okay, Zoom, share. Okay, so let's share my screen. So let's go through this. So we're talking about oneness, right? So this is the new course that we are launching. It's launching on February 3rd. So it'll be not this Monday coming up, but the following Monday, right? So oneness is a 6-week live course. I am going to teach you live for 6 weeks. We will meet via Zoom. There will be an hour lesson. We have 6 steps that we are going to go through to get you to your oneness. And when I say get you to your oneness, to the point where you are subjectively convinced of your oneness with source. Okay. So you have 6 classes. They're going to be every Monday at 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is recorded. You will have at the end of the 6 weeks a recording of each lesson. So you'll have a 6-week course. You'll have the workbook that goes with the lesson. And then you also have, which is the most important, is the access to the private community. Like I told you guys earlier, you must surround yourself with people in this energy. You must just really engulf yourself with people, places, social media that speaks to where you're trying to go and not who you've been. Okay. So 6 weeks, the 6-week live class is typically $3,333. The intensive workbook is $555, and the access to the private community, which is typically a year subscription, right? But that's $1,111. For this event though, and for the founding members of this class, the $3,333 is the in full. Okay, so the workbook and the access to the community is basically a free gift with that. Okay, now this is the new course. Like I said, this one is launching on February 3rd. This will be a live course that we go through together each Monday at 11 a.m. Okay. You will be able to ask any questions, get clarity on your goals, make sure that you understand what we talked about the week prior, and you have everything that you need. Okay. So this is the new course. This is oneness. This is for beginners in their spiritual awakening journey, right? So if you're a beginner, you haven't really, you're kind of just stepping into it. You're new to this kind of work. Oneness is going to be a perfect intro class for you. Okay. Now, for people who are moms and entrepreneurs who are ready to truly undergo a transformation, I'm talking about transformation, metamorphosis, caterpillar to butterfly, straight through 6 months. Thinking from the End is going to be the course for you. Okay. Now, Thinking from the End is a 24-week course, right? The course is recorded, or the lessons are recorded, and you have a workbook, but you also have 24 live sessions as well. So in those live sessions, right, we will meet once a week at a certain time, right? And we will go through either the lesson for that week or a new lesson. So you'll have the course 24 weeks with the workbook, and then you'll have 24 live sessions with me. Okay. You also have the community as well. You will always be part of the community. It doesn't matter what course or how you enroll in the Great School of Life, you will always have the community. Okay. No matter what. That is $10,000 in full, Thinking from the End, right? So that's your tuition for 6 months for you to undergo your transformation, for you to become the version of you that God has intended you to be. That is the investment for that. And then I do have for people who, because I haven't really been promoting my ebook, but this is the ebook that I created when I monetized my social media in the 2 weeks. It's basically a very short, quick, concise guide as to manifestation, right? Step by step of this process, right? It comes with a workbook as well, so that you can actually take the information you read and implement it. Okay, that's $19.99. So that's more for people who are, just kind of, they just want to play around a little bit. I'm talking about people who are serious, the chosen ones, the ones who are ready to make shit happen. Oneness or Thinking from the End is going to be the best course or plan for you, right? So for oneness, we do have 2 ways that you can invest in this course and invest in yourself. Before I go forward, let me say this again, because I should have said it at the beginning. I don't make excuses. I make decisions. When I make the decision, God makes the way. When I first invested into becoming a coach, I invested $17,000, well, $30,000 total, but $17,000 upfront to become a coach. I found the money. I had savings. I pulled something out of my 401k. I found whatever I could because I knew that this is what I needed. Last year, when I wanted to enroll in a new mentorship course, I sold my car to enroll. The way will be shown. There may be, there is going to be sacrifice, but the way will be shown. I'm not telling you to do anything I haven't done. So for oneness, the in full is $3,333. That's more for students who are ready to go all in on their awakening journey. I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's get it out the way. I understand. I circulate this 4 figures. I put that energy out. God gives me the way. Let's make it happen. I do understand that some people want different options, right? So you can break it up into two payments of $1,888. And this is for students more comfortable with spreading out their abundance over time, right? So if you want to get the best deal, you can go in full. If you want to spread it out and make it a little bit more accessible for yourself, then you can do the two payments. Okay, so this is for oneness. And let me know if you have any questions in the chat. I'm not looking at the Zoom right now, but I will pull it up here again in a second. And then lastly, thinking from the end, right? Again, the 10,000 is for the in full. So this is for students who desire effortless and multiplied returns in every area of life. The thinking from the end program is not specifically on your oneness. It's not specifically on consciousness. It's on everything. We're going to get you together, who you are, spiritual being, get the consciousness together, who I want to be, and we're going to help you actually become that person now. We're not waiting. We're going to do it now. We also have the tuition plan option, right? So you can do $4,000 for the deposit, and then it'll be 4 additional payments of $2,000 every single month, right? And again, that's still for students who desire the transformation. You just want a more paced and steady rate, right? If you want to go all in, let's do it. Let's make it happen tomorrow. You can do the in full. If you want to pace it out and make it a little bit more steady, then you can do the payment plan, okay? And then lastly, for anybody that wants to just become part of the Life family, speak with us, book a call, you can do that. We have 2 options for calls. You can program your GPS in 60 minutes. So I talked briefly about the GPS, your God-given purpose of service. We will help you program that in 60 minutes. Where am I? Where do I want to be? Get me on the road. That is a 60-minute call. That's $222. And then life advice, this is a call basically with an advisor to figure out what program, classes, courses are best for you, right? Everything that we offer serves everyone, but I want to make sure specifically for what you want, we give you the right course. This $100 that you do invest for this 30 minutes is credited toward whatever program you choose within a certain time period. So if you book the call and you enroll within, I think 5 days, I'll check, I think it's 5 to 7, then that $100 goes towards your course. And then lastly, if you have any questions outside of that and you're not ready, you're not at the point where you are ready to invest in yourself, you can attend our next live event. I do believe it'll be next Friday. Not sure. It's a lot going on. And I know with this new course dropping, it's about to get busier, but you can attend our next live event and get any questions that you have answered. Okay. Now, let me go back to the Zoom real quick and see if I have any questions, comments, or concerns. Oh, I'm like, where's my Zoom? Where's my Zoom? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, stop sharing. There we go. Okay. All right, so I'm back. So any questions, comments, concerns? Everybody that registered for this event, you will receive an email with every link to enroll. You'll have a link for oneness, a link for thinking from the end, a link for program your GPS in 60 minutes, a link for life advice, and for the ebook, right? So if you registered, you'll get that email. If you haven't gotten my emails already, make sure you check your spam because you should have gotten at least 2 so far. So check your spam, make sure you're getting it, add us to your them people good message list. I don't know what you call it. Like just add us to that. And so that you stay in contact and stay connected. Any questions, comments, concerns? We are almost at the hour. Is there anything that I can clarify for you guys? Like I said, I will send the links for enrollment via email. If you have not registered for this event, it is in my bio. So if anywhere on social media, if you click the link, you will see a breakdown of all of the ways for you to get into the energy. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. This was a great event. I feel so, inspired to just keep going. I'm not even, and this is the thing too, I want to get you guys to the point of detachment. It doesn't matter who signs up. It doesn't matter if none of you sign up. I'm going to show up again tomorrow. I'm going to keep going. It does not matter how long it takes. The how and the when is not up to me. I have made a decision. I made the decision that this is what my life's purpose and my life calling is. And I will go for it no matter what. It doesn't matter if I make another red cent. This is what I'm going to spend my life doing. Okay. And I want to get you guys to the point where you understand what that is for you and you're acting on it. What is your purpose? What is your passion? How do you want to take from the infinite source of supply that's within you? You are the only person that can gauge that. You are the vessel. What are you going to take from the inexhaustible supply? Remember, I do not make excuses. I make decisions. When I make the decision, God makes the way. For the people that have the money that they know they're ready to invest in their bank account, in the savings, on the credit card. Y'all, that's what I'm talking to. I don't make excuses. I make decisions. When I make the decision, God makes the way. God has never forsaken you. He hasn't left you yet. And now you're going to invest in yourself and you think he's going to be like, oh no, definitely not. Not my people trying to be better. Come on now. Come on now. But I love you all. Let me know if you have any questions. Please make sure you follow me on socials, M. Simone Influence on pretty much everything, and then M. Simone Manifest on Facebook. Reach out to me. I'm a live person, as you guys can see, very much so. I like to talk. If you're not aware, I have speaker in my bio for a reason. But yeah, reach out to me. Let me know how I can assist you. If any of the payment plans or options that I propose do not work for you, but you want to find an option that does, please reach out to me. I am all for making sure that God's people who know that they are ready have an option and a way to do it. Blueski. Oh, my daddy, what is Blueski? You did, and I appreciate that tremendous. Thank you, Winston. Winston, what is Blueski? You might have to come off mute. What is that? Is that a oh, it's an app. What kind of app? Hold on, let me do a little good real quick, because Winston is giving us gems. I don't know what type of gems, but we're gonna take it. Like Twitter, but not. Oh, okay, gotcha. Blue Sky. I know I'm not on Blue Sky. I have to check it out though, because clearly I believe that God speaks to me and through me and to all and through all y'all. So clearly there's a reason that this Blue Sky has popped up on my screen. So I will look into that, Winston. Thank you for that suggestion. But no, not now. I don't have Blue Sky. If you guys have any questions, please. She said, yes, you need to be on that one. Okay. Guys, so many platforms. I can't be everywhere at once. And this is why you need money. This is why. Money allows you to extend your influence far beyond your physical presence. I can be in Dubai right now teaching a course and physically be here. That's what the money is for. So when you're providing that service and God gives you the money in exchange, that is what it's for, so that you can spread his word farther than your physical body. I could be in the boys and girls club downtown. I could be at the church over here and sitting here with my son all at the same time. Okay. So I love you all. Thank you so much for coming. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Like I said, Oneness starts on February 3rd. I think I got to update the email I'm about to send y'all because I didn't put that. But that course is live. It starts on the 3rd. Thinking from the End is pre-recorded, but you will have live sessions as well. And then How to Cultivate Confidence and Achieve Abundance is a quick ebook. Get you some gems real quick. But for the people who are ready, who are chosen, who are ready to invest in themselves, who are ready to really realize this oneness, unlock the riches, and manifest their heaven on earth, send me a DM, leave me a comment, reach out to me. Let's make it happen. Okay? I love you all. Kisses. I'm about to go eat because it's mushroom coffee, baby.
Thank you so much once again. This was really great. I do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming, Kiera. And then let me know, like I said, if you have questions. And like I said, the emails will be sent out here shortly. So check those out. I don't know what the next event, well, I mean, God has been telling me, I need to listen. So the next event will most likely be next Friday on the 31st. But you guys will get, stuff in your, through the stratosphere or atmosphere about that. But yeah, reach out to me. Let me know. Friendly, ready to go, ready to make this shit happen. Chosen ones. Let's go. Let's do it. Okay.